Have you ever been judged? Not for what you did, but for who you are. Imagine walking into a room, and before you even speak, people look at you like you don't belong. Today's story will break your heart, and then heal it again. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button and join our Skin Deep Stories family, where we share real stories that open hearts and change lives. Now tell me in the comments, have you ever been called something hurtful because of your skin? Let's begin. Amara was only 10 years old when she first heard the word that would haunt her for years: dirty. It happened on her first day at her new school. She walked into class, her braids neatly tied with purple ribbons, her backpack clean and shining. But as soon as she sat down beside a girl named Lily, everything changed. Lily wrinkled her nose and whispered loudly enough for everyone to hear, "Don't sit too close to me. You're dirty." The whole class burst into laughter. Even the teacher said nothing. Amara froze. She looked down at her hands, her dark, beautiful skin that her mother always told her was a blessing kissed by the sun. But in that moment, she wished she could wash it off. She went home that day and cried into her pillow. Her mother found her and asked what was wrong. When Amara told her, her mother gently held her face and said, "Baby, you're not dirty. You are divine. One day, they'll see what beauty really means." Years passed. Amara grew up stronger, quieter, but she never forgot that laughter, that word. By the time she reached high school, something incredible happened. Her school was hosting a national science competition, and Amara, now a brilliant student in biology, decided to join. When she walked up to the stage for her presentation, some of those same classmates from years ago were in the crowd, the same ones who called her dirty. She took a deep breath. Her hands shook, but she remembered her mother's words, "You are divine." With confidence, she began explaining her project: a water purification system made from natural materials. It could provide clean water for entire communities, especially in poor and neglected areas. The judges were stunned. The audience was silent. Then, they rose to their feet. Amara won first place. But that wasn't the end. Her project went viral online. Months later, she was invited to speak at an international youth conference, the youngest speaker there. And guess who was in the audience? Lily, her childhood classmate, now working as an assistant reporter, covering the event. After Amara's speech, Lily walked up to her, tears in her eyes, and said, "I was wrong. You're not dirty. You're brilliant. And I'm sorry." Amara smiled, looked straight into the camera of the live broadcast, and said, "No child should ever be made to hate the skin they're born in. Because the skin, it's not dirt. It's gold." The hall erupted in applause. Sometimes, life has a way of turning pain into purpose. Tell me in the comments, what would you have done if you were in Amara's place? And have you ever turned an insult into motivation? Don't forget to subscribe to Skin Deep Stories for more real, emotional stories that touch hearts and remind us that we're all human beneath the skin. And remember, kindness costs nothing, but it can change everything.